Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Haft here to undisclosed location. This time I'm going to focus in on the terrace, and these are all my opinions and stuff. If you look at this, you can see this is an old picture of the dam. You can see how it was sandbagged and everything and stuff like that. And there's Don Smokey. Rest in peace, Don. He was a good guy. You can see it's extensive sandbagging. If you had that kind of water, wouldn't you think you'd want to have a safe operating dam? Okay, so this is, I showed this kind of before. It's important, if you can, please watch the episodes because I can't go over everything every time. But this document is specific for this. It says ordinary maintenance and repairs. Well, the term ordinary maintenance and repair is not defined in Chapter NR 15, which applies to the floodplain zoning, provides that ordinary maintenance repairs are not considered structural repairs. Modifications or additions, such as ordinary maintenance repairs, internal and external painting, decorating, paneling, placement of doors, windows, and other non-structural components, and the maintenance, repair, or replacement of private sewage systems or connections to utilities. In light of this Maris decision, that's a court decision, county shoreline rezoning ordinance should include a definition that is the same or very similar to the definition found in 1R16 if the county uses the phrase ordinary maintenance repair. It says other actions that are commonly considered ordinary maintenance repairs, including re-roofing and shingling your building, replacement of existing windows or doors, painting or re-siding, repairs to plumbing, electrical system, installation, repairs of insulation, installing or replacing or heating or air conditioning unit, installation or replacement of on-site sewage waste disposal. And this is the most important one on there because public safety is supposed to mean something, okay? It says down here, it says, alterations, repair, and maintenance done under emergency conditions to preserve or protect life or property. Okay, that's very important, okay? And then legal grounds for liability. Negligence of common law individuals, including public, have a duty to do other members of society to act reasonably in a manner not to cause damage to other members of society. And then actional negligence, results from the creation of an unreasonable risk of injury to others. And determining whether a risk is unreasonable, not only the seriousness of the harm that may be caused is relevant, but the likelihood that harm may be caused. Okay. Now, this is Michael Furchow's building on here, and I don't really agree with the guy because he says stuff all affecting my business. And he was actually, I'm going to go into a separate episode of how he was working with the city because because of the condition of his building here and here. It says he went in and kind of to explain this, he went in to fix his building and that, and the DNR, had fraudulent statements on him, in order to stop him from fixing his buildings and stuff like that. So it says, and this is true, I'm acting in the interest of the Beaver Dam in doing this work, Furchow said. And then they were down there, and what they did is they mud jacked and they put concrete underneath the pilings and stuff like that. And then it says, according to the DNR, the terrorist group, they said, these are all my opinions. According to DNR, money spent to this project would put Furchow at or near a 50% threshold, meaning this building would have to be removed sometime in the future. So discouraging him from putting more money into his building to fix it to help public safety. Okay, it's making matters worse. Furchow's DNR believes work done to replace the pilings required a permit. At this same time, the DNR stated to a letter to Furchow they would be unable to permit the repairs. So you're telling this guy his building's ready to collapse in the river, okay? He can legally, that he can't fix it. He can't repair it. Okay, now those are fraudulent statements. Now you're putting the whole community at risk. There's 16,000 people. In my opinion, that's 16,000 counts of recklessly endangering the people in the community. By telling him he couldn't fix it, he legally could. I just showed you on here, okay? I mean, if you lived in this city and you have children and home and property, you should be outraged. Yeah, stand up for your rights, folks. Yeah, this is the DNR. They have 500 people working for them. A lot of the people that work for the DNR that do the fishing game and stuff like that, they're needed. And the parks, I talked to a guy, he says they're completely funded by the admissions and stuff at the parks. But this terrorist element in the DNR, they need to be removed. It's one of the things I'm going to address when I become governor. Okay, and I'll go into that farther because there's a lot more. And then what's interesting, because a private building entered a navigable waterways violation of public safety doctrine in the Wisconsin Constitution. Okay, they went through this with me on my building. He put me in violation of public safety doctrine. I looked and looked, couldn't find it. Dan Hunt says, there is none. This is a scam. They're conspiring to extort the people's property from them. Why the hell couldn't they just do it legally and properly? Because they're a bunch of criminals, that's why. 100%. And then it says on this one here, this is another part of that article here. It says, if I had my guess, I could gain some citizen report for some space downtown. You know, that was what actually when Hankus was mayor. And then it says, the DNR could fine Furchow, seek abatement, or refer the case to the Department of Justice, but Furchow works in the city towards eventual removal. It's possibly the DNR would back off. There is some structural failure and stabilization of the building is a good idea, Condon says. Oh, no kidding. Yeah. We have told him essentially our discretion to take to decide any action as repair work, but does not proceed with any additional work beyond immediate stabilization. Yeah. But now, before that, they said he couldn't do anything. They're just all over these cronies. We have informed him that because of the laws, our position, if he exceeds that 50% of the building, must be removed from the floodway in the time that's occurred. Now, I showed you, like I said, it's important if you watch all the other, excuse me for getting upset, but this is insane. You know, everybody in town that owns property. I don't care if you're one of the cronies in town, live in town. You might want to think about this too, because this is the criminal element of the DNR. Okay, and if you look up the definitions of terrorism, there really is no defined one. But I like the State Department because what the DNR did here, they ran a reign of terror across the community. Yeah, threatening 17 businesses with the city and with their conspiracy. Okay. Then coercive in nature. It meets all the guidelines of terrorism, folks. Yeah, I'm going to go into some other stuff too, but this I wanted to share this now because this is just a good example of the kind of shit that they did to the people here in the city. And why does everybody obstruct justice? Why does everybody harbor the criminals involved with this? Because there's so many of them. And where did this come down from? Who is the head? Who's the king or the top of the food chain? But this stuff here makes you cringe, folks. Thank you.